Hello, this is Renee Troy-Mebane. Thank you for joining me in a review of Vineet Nayar's highly acclaimed book, Employees First, Customers Second. Strategic communication professionals wishing to understand messages and audiences will find the main concept of this book intriguing because, as the title of the book suggests, Nayar advocates inverting the traditional hierarchy pyramid in favor of one where managers are held accountable to their employees. Now, upon first reading the title of the book and kind of getting an idea of what the book was about, I initially thought that he was suggesting that employees would take over the role of managers in terms of large scale organizational decisions or calling managers into their office to determine their performance for the year or their raise. But instead, Nayar's inversion of the pyramid means that by which organizations can easily capitalize upon the value zone, or that space in an organization where value is truly created for the customer. After all, customers are at the heart and success of any company, so it's imperative to find this zone and cultivate it for optimal organizational results. Nayar argues that the traditional hierarchy model often finds the value zone buried deep within the pyramid. So, for example, picture your traditional hierarchy pyramid. You have the managers and the leaders at the very top. Somewhere underneath the managers, but not quite at the bottom, you have what Nayar refers to as enabling functions: finance, HR, public relations. And then encompassing the rest of the space from middle to the bottom are the value zone occupied by the workers. This means that the managers and bosses at the top, who are in fact the decision makers, are furthest away from the value zone and their customers. As a result, Nayar posits that organizations must turn their pyramid upside down so that those not creating value for customers are also accountable to the value creators, those that are working within the value zone, in the best effort to serve the needs of the customers that are vital to the health of any organization. I found this to be an intriguing concept and a good resource for myself and others in my class that are looking at studying strategic communication and the most effective way to implement that within an organization. I believe it provides a successful model for leaders of the future to approach strategic communication in organizations. Nayar even confirms that contemporary businesses will not be able to operate successfully in the future either using outdated models. For example, the company where I work, probably a generation ago, instituted a new thought by Japanese leaders called Hoshin, which basically is just another way of saying management by fact, looking at the numbers, making decisions based upon fact rather than emotion. It revolutionized my industry and my company, and I believe a further revolution is already taking place. Globalization and interconnectedness will reveal new ways of structuring organizations that are proving to be working in other countries and cultures. Nayar is a perfect example of this. He was able to turn that company, HCL Technologies, from one of a minor player in Europe to one that is now internationally recognized using this model. Nonetheless, even with the concept as employee friendly as employees first, customers second, this book is still only valuable to leaders and entrepreneurs because decision making powers regarding hierarchy is still in the hands of traditional management. hierarchies. Workers can't just decide to go in one day and say, hey, boss, guess what? I'm deciding to implement this inverted pyramid structure where you're now accountable to me. I don't think that's going to work. But with that being said, for anyone who doesn't own their own business, mail a copy of it to your CEO with a handwritten note saying, implement this now, or at least think about it, because it is being touted as one of the most revolutionary management principles that have come along in a while. And if you do own your own company, it is worth taking a look at, because I do believe that it is a glimpse into how managers will need to operate in the future. Thank you.